The sky turned orange that day when the aliens came. People in New Dakota Colony pointed up as the strange ships darkened the evening sky. Jack Miller grabbed his daughter Lily's small hand and pulled her close. "Dad, what are those?" asked the 8-year-old girl, her eyes wide with wonder rather than fear. "I don't know, sweetheart," Jack said. Since losing his wife 2 years ago, he had been both mom and dad to Lily. As the colony's head geologist, he knew rocks and soil, not space visitors. The colony's alarm began to sound. All around them, people started running toward shelters. The ships grew larger as they came closer. They were sharp and pointy, like giant metal insects. Governor Hayes's voice came over the speakers. "All colonists, please go to your safety areas now. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." Jack lifted Lily onto his shoulders. "Hold tight, kiddo," he said, running toward their home unit. They had practiced drills before, but this was real. Through the windows of their small home, they watched as the first alien ship landed in the colony's main field. The aliens that stepped out were nothing like humans expected. They stood on 2 legs but were covered in hard shells, like walking crabs or beetles. Their skin reflected the orange sun with a purple shine. Each alien carried what looked like weapons. "They're like the bugs we studied in school," Lily whispered, "but really, really big." In the days that followed, the colony learned these aliens called themselves the HFY. They had taken over many star systems before finding humans. The small human military team of the colony tried to fight back, but there were too few of them against too many aliens. Commander Vexthar, the leader of the alien forces, called a meeting with all colony leaders. Jack, as head of the geology department, had to attend. "Your kind will now serve the HFY Empire," the alien commander said through a translation device. His voice sounded like rocks being crushed. "Resistance is not wise. We have studied humans. You are physically weak but unpredictable. This makes you dangerous. Follow our rules and you will live." The rules came quickly. No groups larger than 5 humans could meet. Everyone had to be in their homes by dark. All communication devices were taken. Special passes were needed to move between different parts of the colony. Jack worried most about Lily. The school was closed, and children were kept under close watch. The aliens seemed extra careful around the kids, as if they feared them most of all. "Why do they look at us funny, Dad?" Lily asked one night as Jack tucked her into bed. "I think they don't understand children," Jack said. "Where they come from, maybe they don't have kids like we do." 3 weeks passed under alien control. Food was getting low. People whispered about fighting back, but with the aliens' advanced weapons, it seemed hopeless. Then came the day that changed everything. Jack took Lily to the central plaza where some children were allowed to play under heavy guard. The aliens watched from a distance, their weapons ready. Lily was playing with a red ball, rolling it back and forth with Ben, the doctor's son. When the ball rolled toward one of the alien guards, Lily ran after it without thinking. "Stop, human child," the guard shouted, raising his weapon. Jack's heart nearly stopped. He jumped up to protect his daughter. "That's my ball," Lily said simply, reaching for it. The guard moved the ball away with his foot. Something in Lily's face changed. She frowned, her small hand balling into a fist. No one could have guessed what would happen next, or how it would change the fate of both humans and aliens forever. "Give me my ball back," Lily said, her voice stronger than Jack had ever heard it. The alien guard stood tall, his purple shell gleaming in the sunlight. His 4 eyes narrowed at the small human child. The other children stopped playing and watched with worried faces. "Move back, human child," the guard ordered through his translator. His claw-like hand tightened around his weapon. Jack moved quickly toward his daughter. "Lily, come here now," he called, his heart racing. But Lily didn't listen. She had been eating the sweet purple berries that grew near their home. The juice still stained her fingers and lips. These berries were special to the colony. They tasted like candy, and the kids loved them. "It's my ball," Lily said again, taking another step forward. You can't take it. The alien guard backed up. Even with his powerful weapon, something about this small human made him nervous. 3 more alien soldiers moved closer, forming a line. Final warning, the guard said, his voice crackling through the translator. Return to your area. Jack reached for his daughter, but he was too far away. Lily, please. Everything happened very fast after that. The alien guard kicked the ball away. Lily's face turned red with anger. Before anyone could stop her, she swung her small fist and hit the guard's leg. The sound that followed shocked everyone. A loud crack echoed across the plaza. The alien guard made a high-pitched noise that needed no translation. It was pain. Where Lily's berry-stained hand had touched, the alien's hard shell cracked like glass. Green liquid leaked out. What did she do? Someone gasped. The alien guard fell to the ground, still making that terrible sound. The other guards looked at Lily, then at their fallen comrade. Their weapons raised, then lowered, as if they didn't know what to do. Then they backed away. Slowly at first, then faster. They left their injured friend behind. One of them spoke rapidly into a communication device. Jack finally reached Lily and pulled her into his arms. Are you okay? He asked, checking her for injury. I'm fine, Dad, Lily said, looking confused. I just wanted my ball back. Why did he break? Other parents grabbed their children and hurried away from the plaza. From the alien towers at the edge of the colony, alarms began to sound. Within minutes, more alien soldiers arrived, wearing new gear that covered their shells completely. They moved with extreme caution, keeping far away from any humans, especially the children. Jack carried Lily home quickly. Along the way, he noticed something strange. The aliens were afraid. These creatures that had conquered 17 star systems were terrified of his little girl. At home, Jack washed Lily's hands carefully. You can't hit anyone, Lily. You know that's wrong, he said, trying to sound stern. But he took my ball and wouldn't give it back, Lily said, her lower lip sticking out. That doesn't matter. We don't solve problems by hitting. A loud knock on their door made them both jump. Jack opened it to find Dr. Susan Blackwell, the colony's head physician. Jack, I need to see Lily's hands, she said urgently. What's going on? Jack asked, letting her in. Susan examined Lily's hands carefully. The aliens are in complete panic mode. Word is spreading through the colony that a human child broke through their armor with a single touch. But that's impossible, Jack said. Susan looked at the berry stains on Lily's fingers. Maybe not. Those berries Lily's been eating. They're highly acidic. My theory is that when combined with human sweat, they create a compound that weakens the calcium in the aliens' exoskeletons. So Lily really did hurt that guard? Jack asked, horrified. Yes, Susan said, and the aliens are terrified. They've ordered all human children to be kept separated from adults. Why? Because they think our children are weapons, Susan replied, and they're afraid of what else we might be capable of. Commander Vexthar paced in his command center. His 4 eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of extreme stress among the Xalari. The walls around him displayed images of human children from colony surveillance. How can this be? He demanded of no one in particular. Their bioscans showed no weapons. Officer Drex, his second in command, stood at a safe distance. The humans seem as surprised as we are, Commander. It appears they did not know about this ability. I want all troops to wear full protective gear, Vexthar ordered. No direct contact with humans, especially their young. And separate the children from the adults immediately. Across the colony, alien soldiers in new thick suits rounded up families. Children cried as they were taken to the old school building, while parents were kept in the community center. Guards stood far back from their prisoners, especially the children. Jack watched helplessly as Lily was led away with the other kids. Daddy, she called, tears streaming down her face. "It's going to be okay, sweetheart," Jack promised, though he wasn't sure if that was true. "Be brave." At the colony's main gate, a new ship landed. From it emerged a slender Xalari wearing different markings. This was Science Officer Krulnox, sent by the Xalari High Command to investigate the incident. "Show me everything," Krulnox demanded as soon as he met with Commander Vexthar. The science officer reviewed videos of Lily striking the guard. He examined the injured soldier, who would survive but whose shell would never fully heal. He collected samples of the berries and studied human biology reports. Meanwhile, in the community center, the adult colonists whispered among themselves. "Did you hear what happened?" Frank Bishop, the colony mayor, asked Jack. "Your little girl cracked an alien's shell with her bare hand." "It wasn't on purpose," Jack said. "She was just angry about her ball." Susan Blackwell joined their small group. "It's the berries," she explained quietly. "I've run tests in my lab. When the acid in those purple berries mixes with human sweat, it creates a compound that dissolves calcium-based materials. The alien shells are primarily calcium." Mayor Bishop's eyes widened. "So all our kids could do this?" "Potentially, yes," Susan confirmed. "And there's more. The effect seems stronger in children because their sweat has different properties than adults." The mayor looked around to make sure no aliens were listening. "This could be our advantage. We could use this to fight back." Jack frowned. "You want to use our children as weapons?" "No way." "Not as weapons," Bishop whispered. "As a threat. If the aliens think our kids can hurt them with a touch, they'll keep their distance. That gives us room to plan." In the school building, Lily sat with the other children. Some were crying, while others were confused. Ben, the doctor's son, moved closer to Lily. "Is it true you broke an alien with your hand?" he asked. Lily nodded slowly. "I didn't mean to hurt him. I was just mad." "Cool," Ben said, his eyes wide. "My mom says we're special now. The aliens are scared of us." Outside the school, Science Officer Krulnox observed the children through cameras. He had set up a temporary lab to study the mysterious reaction. "Fascinating," he muttered as test results appeared on his screen. "These humans have accidentally discovered our greatest weakness." He composed a message to the Xalari High Command. "Human children produce a natural acid that, when combined with local plant compounds, dissolves our exoskeletons. The effect appears strongest during states of emotional distress. Recommend immediate extraction of all forces." The reply came swiftly. "Denied. The humans must not learn of this vulnerability. Develop countermeasures and prepare for full containment." Krulnox looked troubled as he closed the message. Full containment was the Xalari term for complete elimination of a threat. They were planning to destroy the entire colony. Back in the community center, Jack approached Susan quietly. "We need to get our children back and warn everyone," he whispered. "I have a feeling things are about to get much worse." Night fell over the colony. In his lab, Science Officer Krulnox worked alone, mixing human sweat samples with various plants. Each time he added the purple berry juice, the mixture bubbled and smoked when applied to a piece of Xalari shell. "Computer, record new findings," he said. "The human berry reaction is not the full story. It appears human skin produces unique compounds when experiencing strong emotions. The strongest reactions occur with fear and anger." He reviewed the video of Lily striking the guard once more. The child had been angry when she hit the alien. According to his tests, this would have made the effect much stronger. In the community center, the adults were planning. Beth Harper, a former Marine who worked in colony security, had taken charge. "We need to get our kids back and contact Earth," she told the small group gathered around her. "The aliens have blocked all long-range communications, but I know where they keep their equipment." "How do we get past the guards?" someone asked. "They're watching us all the time." Mayor Bishop smiled. "We use what they fear, our connection to the children." Jack didn't like the sound of this. What exactly are you suggesting? The aliens are keeping their distance from us because they're afraid we all have this ability, Beth explained. We can use that fear, create distractions where we pretend to be collecting berry juice. They'll back off. Susan added, I've been thinking about this. The berry season is ending, but I've made a concentrated version of the juice in my lab. We could use it to make them think we're all dangerous. The plan began to take shape. They would create small teams. Some would cause distractions near alien guard posts by pretending to handle the berry mixture. Others would use that time to search for weapons or communication devices. What about our children? Jack asked, thinking of Lily alone and afraid. One step at a time, Beth said. First, we need some advantage. Then we go for the kids. The next morning, Jack was part of a team assigned to work in the fields. They deliberately picked berries and made sure the aliens saw their purple-stained hands. As expected, the guards kept their distance, now wearing thick protective suits. At the school building, the children were also planning. Lily had become something of a leader after word spread about what she had done. The aliens don't come close to us, she told the other kids. They stay by the doors and windows. My dad says they're scared of us, said Ben, because of what you did. Lily didn't feel special or powerful. She felt scared and missed her dad. But seeing the other children looking to her for hope made her stand taller. Let's all eat some berries, she suggested, pointing to the lunch trays that had been left for them. They gave us those purple ones we like. Meanwhile, Science Officer Krulnox made a breakthrough. Remarkable, he whispered, looking at his test results. It's not just the berries. It's something in this planet's soil that changes the human body chemistry. He realized with growing alarm that the longer humans stayed on this planet, the more dangerous they could become to the Xalari. Even adult humans might eventually develop the same ability as the children. As night approached again, Beth's resistance plan went into action. Using berry-stained hands as their shield, small groups of humans created distractions at key points around the colony. The aliens backed away as expected, allowing others to slip past security points. Jack found himself helping Susan sneak into her lab to collect more of her concentrated berry mixture. As they worked, they heard an alarm sound from the alien command center. They've discovered one of our teams, Susan said, her voice tight with worry. Through the lab window, Jack could see the school building where Lily was being held. Lights were flashing there too. Something's happening at the school, he said, his heart racing. We need to get to the children now. As they prepared to leave, they intercepted an alien communication on Susan's equipment. Prepare for full containment procedure. Begin with elimination of the human offspring. Jack's blood ran cold. They're going to kill the children first. Night fell over the colony. In his lab, Science Officer Krulnox worked alone, mixing human sweat samples with various plants. Each time he added the purple berry juice, the mixture bubbled and smoked when applied to a piece of Xalari shell. Computer, record new findings, he said. The human berry reaction is not the full story. It appears human skin produces unique compounds when experiencing strong emotions. The strongest reactions occur with fear and anger. He reviewed the video of Lily striking the guard once more. The child had been angry when she hit the alien. According to his tests, this would have made the effect much stronger. In the community center, the adults were planning. Beth Harper, a former Marine who worked in colony security, had taken charge. We need to get our kids back and contact Earth, she told the small group gathered around her. The aliens have blocked all long-range communications, but I know where they keep their equipment. How do we get past the guards? Someone asked. They're watching us all the time. Mayor Bishop smiled. We use what they fear, our connection to the children. Jack didn't like the sound of this. What exactly are you suggesting? The aliens are keeping their distance from us because they're afraid we all have this ability, Beth explained. We can use that fear, create distractions where we pretend to be collecting berry juice. They'll back off. Susan added, I've been thinking about this. The berry season is ending, but I've made a concentrated version of the juice in my lab. We could use it to make them think we're all dangerous. The plan began to take shape. They would create small teams. Some would cause distractions near alien guard posts by pretending to handle the berry mixture. Others would use that time to search for weapons or communication devices. "What about our children?" Jack asked, thinking of Lily alone and afraid. "One step at a time," Beth said. "First, we need some advantage. Then we go for the kids." The next morning, Jack was part of a team assigned to work in the fields. They deliberately picked berries and made sure the aliens saw their purple-stained hands. As expected, the guards kept their distance, now wearing thick protective suits. At the school building, the children were also planning. Lily had become something of a leader after word spread about what she had done. "The aliens don't come close to us," she told the other kids. "They stay by the doors and windows." "My dad says they're scared of us," said Ben, "because of what you did." Lily didn't feel special or powerful. She felt scared and missed her dad. But seeing the other children looking to her for hope made her stand taller. "Let's all eat some berries," she suggested, pointing to the lunch trays that had been left for them. "They gave us those purple ones we like." Meanwhile, Science Officer Krolnox made a breakthrough. "Remarkable," he whispered, looking at his test results. "It's not just the berries. It's something in this planet's soil that changes the human body chemistry." He realized with growing alarm that the longer humans stayed on this planet, the more dangerous they could become to the Xalari. Even adult humans might eventually develop the same ability as the children. As night approached again, Beth's resistance plan went into action. Using berry-stained hands as their shield, small groups of humans created distractions at key points around the colony. The aliens backed away as expected, allowing others to slip past security points. Jack found himself helping Susan sneak into her lab to collect more of her concentrated berry mixture. As they worked, they heard an alarm sound from the alien command center. "They've discovered one of our teams," Susan said, her voice tight with worry. Through the lab window, Jack could see the school building where Lily was being held. Lights were flashing there too. "Something's happening at the school," he said, his heart racing. "We need to get to the children now." As they prepared to leave, they intercepted an alien communication on Susan's equipment. "Prepare for full containment procedure. Begin with elimination of the human offspring." Jack's blood ran cold. "They're going to kill the children first." Lily, Ben, and Amanda crouched behind tall metal containers, watching alien soldiers rush past. Smoke filled the air from burning buildings, and the sound of strange weapons echoed through the colony. "We need to find my dad," Lily whispered, wiping berry juice on her hands. The other children did the same. "How do we get past all these aliens?" Amanda asked, her voice trembling. Lily thought for a moment. "They're scared of us, remember. If they see us, they'll run away." "But what if they shoot instead?" Ben asked. "They won't get close enough," Lily said with more confidence than she felt. "We just need to show ourselves at the right time." The three children moved carefully between buildings, staying hidden when possible. When alien soldiers blocked their path, they simply stepped into view. As expected, the aliens backed away quickly, calling to others in their strange language. The children used these moments to dash to new hiding spots. Meanwhile, Jack, Susan, and Beth searched through the chaos of the colony. "They must be heading for the caves with the others," Beth suggested. "No," Jack said firmly. "Lily would look for me. She knows I'd come back for her." As they moved past the alien command center, they saw Science Officer Krolnox exit alone. He seemed to be checking if anyone was watching him. Something about his behavior seemed strange. "Hide," Beth whispered, pulling the others behind a wall. But Jack had a sudden idea. Instead of hiding, he stepped forward, directly into the alien scientist's path. Krolnox froze, his four eyes widening. He reached for his weapon, then stopped. "I just want to find my daughter," Jack said, holding his hands up to show he meant no harm. The little girl who cracked your soldier's shell. The alien scientist looked around nervously. Then, to Jack's surprise, he spoke in careful English without using his translator. Your offspring has caused much trouble, Krelnock said, but the true trouble comes from above. He pointed to the sky. What do you mean? Jack asked, confused. I have studied your kind. You are not the threat our leaders claim. They lied to us about humans attacking first. They fear your potential, not your actions. Susan and Beth had emerged from hiding, listening in shock. Why are you telling us this? Susan asked. Because science should seek truth, Krelnox replied. And the truth is our leaders' plan to destroy all humans here, then claim you attacked us. This will start a war that will destroy both our kinds. Before they could ask more questions, alarms blared from the main communication tower. Inside that tower, Lily, Ben, and Amanda had made an incredible discovery. After slipping past guards who fled at the sight of children, they found themselves in a room filled with screens and control panels. Look, Ben pointed to a monitor showing an alien speaking to his troops. I think that's their leader. On the screen, Commander Vexthar was giving orders. Once the human children are eliminated, destroy all evidence of our biological weakness. The official record will show they attacked us first. The children didn't understand all the words, but they understood enough to know something very bad was happening. We need to tell everyone, Amanda said. Both humans and aliens need to know their leaders are lying. Lily noticed a microphone connected to what looked like the colony's old announcement system. Maybe we can use this, she said, like how our teachers make announcements at school. Ben, who was good with computers, studied the alien controls. I think I can make it work, he said. But we'd need to broadcast to everyone, not just the colony. Even the aliens in the ships need to hear. How do we do that? Lily asked. Amanda grabbed a container of berries they had been carrying. We make ourselves look really scary. The aliens will be too afraid to stop us. Working together, the three children smeared themselves with berry juice, creating frightening purple streaks on their faces and arms. Then they stepped into the main control room, where three alien technicians worked. The technicians took one look at the berry-covered children and backed away in terror. We need to use this, Lily said, pointing to the communication equipment. Now, outside, Jack, Susan, Beth, and Krelnox heard the alarms from the tower. The main communication array, Krelnox said. Someone has breached it. Lily, Jack whispered, somehow knowing his daughter was involved. Together, the unlikely group of three humans and one alien scientist raced toward the tower, hoping they weren't too late. The communication tower hummed with energy as Lily stood before the alien equipment. Ben worked quickly at the controls while Amanda kept watch. I think it's ready, Ben said, pressing a series of buttons. The green light means it's on. Lily took a deep breath and spoke into the microphone. Her voice, small but clear, echoed throughout the colony and into every alien ship above. Hello. Can everyone hear me? My name is Lily Miller. I'm 8 years old. Outside the tower, aliens and humans alike stopped and looked up, surprised by the child's voice coming from every speaker. The alien leaders are lying, Lily continued. They want to hurt us and then blame us for it, but we don't want to fight. We just want to live here in peace. Commander Vexthar, hearing this broadcast, roared in anger. Cut that transmission now, he ordered his troops. A squad of soldiers rushed toward the tower. Inside, the children saw the aliens approaching on the security screens. They're coming, Amanda cried. Suddenly, the door burst open. The children spun around, expecting alien soldiers. Instead, they saw Jack, Susan, Beth, and to their surprise, an alien scientist. Lily. Jack rushed forward, embracing his daughter. Dad, the aliens are coming to stop us, Lily explained quickly. We have to tell everyone the truth. Krelnox stepped forward. "Let me speak," he said, taking the microphone. In the Xalari language, he addressed his people. "This is Science Officer Krelnox. I have studied the humans extensively. Our leaders have deceived us. Humans did not attack first. We did. They are not planning to destroy us. Our commanders are." He switched to English. "Humans of New Dakota, the Xalari people have been told you are dangerous enemies. This is not true. Many of us were tricked into this conflict." Outside, the advancing soldiers had stopped, listening to the scientists' words. Other aliens began to gather, talking among themselves in confusion. Commander Vexthar stormed into the tower with 4 guards. "You are committing treason, Krelnox," he shouted. "No," the scientist replied calmly. "I am preventing a needless war." Vexthar raised his weapon, but hesitated when he saw the berry-stained children. His guards also backed away, unsure what to do. In that moment of confusion, Beth quickly disarmed the commander. Jack and Susan stood protectively in front of the children. "Listen to me, Commander," Jack said. "Your people don't want this fight. Neither do we. There's another way." Vexthar looked around at his hesitating troops, at the determined humans, and finally at the children who had caused so much fear. "What happened to your soldier was an accident," Lily said, stepping forward despite her father trying to hold her back. "I was just angry about my ball. I didn't know I would hurt him." Something changed in the alien commander's posture. Perhaps there have been misunderstandings on both sides. 3 days later, human ships arrived, responding to the distress signals the colonists had finally managed to send. They found an unexpected sight: humans and aliens working together to repair the damage to the colony. The truth had spread quickly among the Xalari forces. Many had been shocked to learn they had been missiled by their high command. Commander Vexthar, seeing the discontent among his troops and realizing the wrongness of their mission, had ordered a stop to all hostile actions. In the colony's main meeting hall, Jack watched as Lily and Ben played with young Xalari, teaching them a human game with balls. The alien children moved carefully, still wary of human touch, but curious enough to try. "She started all this with one angry punch," Susan said, joining Jack. "And ended it with words of peace," he replied with pride. Krelnox approached them. "Your daughter has become important to both our peoples. The child who changed 2 worlds, they are calling her." Jack smiled. "She's still just Lily to me." Outside, ships from Earth and the Xalari homeworld arrived to begin formal peace talks. The incident that began with fear would lead to understanding. 2 species that might have destroyed each other would instead learn from each other, all because a little girl wanted her ball back and accidentally revealed the truth. Commander Vexthar, watching the children play, made a decision. Perhaps it was time for the Xalari to stop conquering and start connecting. Fear had ruled them too long. Maybe these strange humans had something to teach them after all.